the weekend getaway, if you can swing it. I will say, if you're headed west, make sure you're keeping an eye on the sky, because we do have storms and showers on the way today and tomorrow in particular. Now, if you're thinking weekend getaway, wine country, Saturday, Sunday, you might be able to squeeze it in without worrying about storms, but we got a lot to talk about today. Let's start clouds and radar. Nothing out there. In fact, Ewell Kubota weather camera there in Georgetown looking a little fuzzy. It wouldn't surprise me if we have some low cloud cover out there. Georgetown, you picked up over an inch of rain yesterday. I was just looking at some of our rainfall totals on KXAN.com. I saw anywhere from about 1 1/3 inches to 1 3/4 inches of rain up towards the Georgetown area. Now, sadly, that came with tennis ball size hail in Taylor, but we got some rain. There's a silver lining, right? Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, and that hail threat is gone this morning. We start very quiet. In the first part of today, problem free. It's this afternoon and evening that 40% chance of storms kicks in. High temperatures, hot, 90s and humid and sunny. It's kind of that sticky summer-like feel today. This will be the hottest day of the next 7. As far as the severe storm risk goes, it's a 1 out of 5. My gut tells me that this is probably going to be upped once we get into the later part of today. It was actually a slight risk, a 2 out of 5 risk yesterday for today, but they downgraded it. And now I'm thinking, how come? Because these storms, and a lot of our computer models are showing these storms, they don't look friendly. Let me show you what I mean, because at this point, even if we do get those clouds in here this morning, they're likely to disappear pretty quickly. The earlier that sunshine comes up and kicks in, the more likely it is that we're going to be talking some strong to potentially severe storms today. This computer model has a couple bubbling up by 4 o'clock, but you could see those storms exploding pretty quickly by the later part of the afternoon, evening. I like this. I buy this. I think this is very much possible as we get into the evening hours, these kind of complexes of storms moving over central Texas, and they could fire anywhere. With all that moisture, any sort of weakness we see in the lid above us, that cap in the atmosphere, that sunshine, I mean, all the ingredients are coming together. Leftover boundaries from yesterday's storms. Storms are possible anywhere in central Texas today. It's more likely we see storms tomorrow because we have a focus. There's going to be lift brought in by a cold front. So these storms and showers look real mean tomorrow. Now, will radar look exactly like this? Probably not. This is a computer's idea of future radar, but I like the trend. I think tomorrow is going to be a bigger problem than anything of what today will bring, but we can't completely write off today's storms. 2 out of 5 risk tomorrow for large hail and damaging winds. There's also a 2 out of 4 risk for flooding. These flooding threats definitely build on each other. So Williamson County, your flooding risk is much higher today because you picked up so much rain yesterday. But in general, today and tomorrow, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches in general, definitely seeing isolated pockets of more. If we get a strong thunderstorm, drops an inch of rain today, we're definitely going to be looking at a higher flooding threat tomorrow too. Highs in the 90s today, 80s tomorrow. There's the front. Relatively dry weekend. Like I said, that 30% is mainly in the morning on Saturday. Isolated storms at best this weekend, but there's another storm on the way. Storm system, I should say. And that brings us another round of good rain chances Tuesday, Wednesday into our next work week. Erica?
Thanks, Kristen. Okay.